Hi everybody, Terry Gilmore up here in Central Oregon, creator of Pedigree. Wanted to give you an overview today of the guest privileges. So we're going to log on as a guest, and we'll log on as a guest of Gilmore Lofts, and we'll need a username and password. And you will get that when the breeder registers you as a guest of his pedigrees, and it'll come to you in the form of an email, or you can call him and get it directly. The top menu up here is our primary view, this list view, and it is a list of all the birds in the program that have pedigrees that you've put the pedigrees in for. And it will be in numerical order. The number will always come first, and the reason for this band format is because this program is also compatible with our program called WinCom, which is a live clocking program, and in addition to that it needs to be compatible with WinSpeed, because the WinCom program will upload to WinSpeed, and they can create their race reports direct from that. So all these birds are in here numerically. The next item on the menu is the search button, and you can search on let's search for all the birds that were born in 1996. So we'll select the year from the drop down and we hit search, and there's all the birds in our program here from 1996. And from there, this is a live link to a pedigree view, and this is the work pedigree. We will come back to that in just a minute. In the meantime, we'll go back to list. The next item on the menu is photos. So any bird in the program that has a photo, it will be listed in these pages. And again, from here you can click a pedigree. You could print from here, or just view at your leisure. And then of course the last item on the menu, let's go back to our list view, will be log out. So once you're finished viewing the pedigrees, you'll want to log out. Okay, moving on now is this select box. And this list view that we have only has 100 pigeons, and some of you will have thousands of pigeons once you have as the years go by and you load your program. So it'll get difficult to find birds on this list. So what we have is a select box, and all I did was clicked in it so that the cursor is in that box, and I'm going to type in 8556. Whoops, that's the wrong bird, but that's all right. How about 8356? There we go. And I hit enter, and it puts him in focus. Now I can use the tab key and then the enter key to go there, or I'll do the back button here, and we'll go for 8356 again, and I can just hit the go button. And what this does is it'll find that pigeon for you and isolate that record so that it's easier to get to him and work with him. Okay, and this is the picnic cock, which is kind of the backbone of my whole loft, and from way back in 1982. So we'll go back to the list view. And again, I want to stress this. You can either use the scroll bar and scroll up and down for the pigeon you're looking for, but if you get 6,000 of them in here, that's going to be a bunch to sort through. So we'll just get the cursor in that box. It doesn't even have to be dropped down. So let's go for 0378. I just typed that in, and there she is. And I hit go, and again, there's her record popped up. And we could look at her descendants, and she doesn't have any. So far I've not entered any of her children in. I've only entered her by herself. So back to our list view. And this time let's go for 3147. And I just type that in. I'm going to hit go. And here she is. And let's look at she's the mother of 378. So back to our list view. And this time we'll look at 365. And now if we want to look at printing a pedigree, we have 4 different types of pedigrees here at the moment. This is the standard vertical, or the Mike Gannis pedigree. Just hit the back button. We have a standard portrait pedigree. Again, we'll go back. And another, this is a horizontal, this is another portrait pedigree. And if we had a photo of the bird, her image would be here. Otherwise, it'll just default to your logo splash screen. And every breeder who's in the system has one of these splash screens created. And our last one is just a landscape standard, and it's like so, pretty much your old standard landscape pedigree. So to print, then you select your print icon, and you want to go to print preview the very first time, because you're going to need to make some adjustments to your settings here. First thing you'll want to do is make sure that you had the portrait paper selected, which we did. I'll put it back so you can see what I'm talking about. Then the next thing is on this little tool icon. You want to make sure that you're printing background colors and images. You want to check enable shrink to fit. Then there are 6 different boxes, and these things would put little they'll put the URL where you created this. They'll put the date and time stamp and title. There's a whole bunch of things that will be on there. In our particular case, we want them to all be empty because we don't want to add anything in the margins around the pedigree. Okay, and once that's set up, you just say OK, and you hit your print button and print it out. I'm going to cancel and close this print preview window and go back to our list view. And that's about it. One last thing might be notes. If the bird has a note, in other words, the information on the pedigree wasn't enough and the breeder wanted to add more information, which if you're selling pigeons, you'll probably see a lot of notes on these things. This little N will be lit up and you'll know that this particular bird has a note. Also, the same thing with images. If you see a image file in this space, then there's an image for the pigeon. Same here. So you can there he is. Okay, so once you're finished, back to the list view and we'll log out.